Marcy here, and today I'm going to show you guys how to do this look that I'm wearing right here. And believe it or not, this is an all powder look. There are no liquids or creams on my face at all. This entire look was created with just powder products. I wore this look the other day and I put a picture up on my Instagram, and I asked you guys, I'm like, this is an all powder look. Do you guys want to see a tutorial on how I did it? And an overwhelming amount of you said yes. So I did some research. I didn't see any all powder tutorials really anywhere on YouTube, on Instagram. It just seems kind of like people are afraid or not wanting to do that. So I'm gonna do it for you guys, and I'm gonna show you guys how to get a nice, flawless, full coverage face using just powder products. So if that is something you're interested in, and by the way, it is great for summer because it's so light on the face, but if that's something you're interested in, keep on watching and I'm gonna show you how to do this. Okay, so here we have a nice bare face. I do have my eyebrows done and like a base on my eyes or whatever. So first thing we're gonna do is put this mop of a head of hair I have up to get it out of our way. And if you have dry skin, because I know powder and people with dry skin, it's just not usually a good mix. If you have dry skin, you definitely want your face moisturized. So I'm going to use the Fix Plus. This is in Cucumber. I talked about it in my favorites. And we are just going to spray this all over our face. And then I'm gonna take a beauty blender. This isn't a real beauty blender, it's a Real Techniques one. And we are just going to pat that in. This isn't even wet, it's dry right now because we're not actually putting on product. We are just getting that moisture into our skin. And if you have any areas that you know are like overly dry, like for me, my bridge of the nose is very, very dry. You can just, directly spray some right on and just do that area so you know that it has the moisture it needs to hold the powder. And just push it in. Okay, so we are going to start with our base or our foundation. I am using the Bare Minerals, however you can use whatever powder you have. Okay, so we're just gonna put a little bit in our pan, and I'm using a stippling brush to press it in. Again, if you have dry skin, you don't want to swirl because that will help create the cakiness and patchiness on your face. You want to press it directly into your skin. So just gonna pick some up on the brush and just start pressing in. And of course you can build it up however much or little as you want. You don't have to worry too much about underneath your eyes because we will be doing stuff there. Also, how do you guys like this little setup I have going on now? I didn't like the way I was shooting in my bedroom, so I decided, and I'm actually like making a little home office down here. So I figured I'd try shooting here first. I know the lighting down here isn't as good as it is upstairs, but I was just getting really sick of trying to find somewhere upstairs that I could shoot. So let me know if you guys like this little setup I have going on, and you want me to stay down here, just let me know in the comments. Or if you'd rather me upstairs with the better lighting, I will try to find a way to make that work. Okay, so that is good for me. And next we are going to be working with our highlight. For highlight, I am using this. It is the Maybelline Fit Me. It is in 120 Classic Ivory. And as I said, I never hit pan on anything powder, and look at this. I absolutely love this. It comes off amazingly. It's very nice to blend and work with. It's matte. I just love it, and I use it for my highlight. So I'm just going to be taking my small tapered brush by e.l.f. By the way, this is like my favorite brush ever. I've had this brush for forever and I will never ever get rid of it. And we're just going to be dipping it in and going underneath the eyes for our highlight. Now, if you're like me and you have really, really bad bags, you can put a concealer on if powder just won't cut it for you. Just make sure you do it before you put any powder on, because you cannot put like a liquid concealer on top of a powder. You guys probably know this. It will not work. So if you have like a toddler like I do that keeps you up all night, or whatever reason you just have a lot of dark circles and bags, feel free to use a liquid concealer or whatever it is that you use under your eyes. Just make sure you put it on right after you put your primer on. All right, now I'm gonna be taking my Sigma Taper Kabuki F86. I absolutely love this brush as well, although on the Sigma site it says you use it for liquids, but I always use this for powder. I just find that it's very, very soft, and with the pointed tapered top, it gets everywhere you need it to go. And we're just gonna go over, make sure you bring the highlight up to your temples. And we're gonna highlight everywhere else. So for me, I highlight the center of my forehead. I highlight above my brow bones, down the bridge of my nose, my Cupid's bow. I also highlight right here to really make the contour that we're going to do pop. Okay, next we're going to be moving on to bronzer. I'm trying to keep this all drugstore as much as I can, so like anyone can do this. You don't need high-end products to do this, or at least use, you know, cheaper products. Normally I would use my Too Faced Cocoa Contour or my Tarte Park Ave Princess to contour with. Instead, I'm going to be mixing these two shadows from Morphe. And yes, you can use matte eyeshadows to contour with. And anyone that tells you you can't, don't listen to them, because you can. This one is, the darker of the two is Creme Brulee, and the lighter one is Cafe Macchiato. So those two colors just make a nice contour color for me, and I like using them to contour. I also like using them as eyeshadows, but in this case, we're going to be using them to contour. And I'm just going to be mixing them together on the brush. And these come off really well, so you don't have to press hard. Just tap off some excess.
Right in the hollows of your cheek.
Do you guys see that? If you don't know where the hollows of your cheek are, just suck in like that, and you can feel where your cheekbone ends. And right here. For me, it's right there. And that is how you know where to contour. And a little bit over the forehead and down into the temples. Sides of the nose, bottom of the nose, and underneath the jawline. If you're contouring under your jawline, make sure to bring it down to your neck so you don't have that really stark line of light, a band of dark, and then your neck. Because that don't look good for anyone.
Bring it up towards your ears.
Next, we're going to be doing a blush, and I am going to be using Physicians Formula Super BB. It is a bronzer and a blush mixed together, and I just really like this color. And we are going to start at the apples of our cheeks, and we're going to go in a C motion. This is good if you have a round face. If you have more of an oval face, you can just keep it right here. But if you have a round face, the C motion helps just lift everything up. Okay, so we are almost there. And if this is looking a little harsh right now, don't worry, we're going to blend everything out at the end. So I know this might be looking a little crazy right now, but I promise it will all blend out and look nice in the end. We did the blush and the C motions, and now we're going to go on to our actual highlight. And I am also using another Physicians Formula product. This is the Powder Palette Mineral Glow Pearls. This is in Beige Pearl. And what I really, really like about these Physicians Formula highlighters is they come in various shades based on your skin tone. So they have one that's suited for all skin tones, and I think they have 2 for light to medium skin tones, and then 2 for medium to dark skin tones as well. So they really get like the whole highlighting spectrum in, and they are beautiful. They pick up amazing. I am just going to use my e.l.f. tapered brush again. I'm just going to take off whatever excess powder was on there, pat it into this, tap the excess off, and we are going to go right over that blush And then I do just a little tiny bit over the eyebrows again and on the forehead. I do not put highlight on my nose because, like I said, if you have dry skin, for me, the bridge of my nose is the problem, and I don't want the highlighter to accentuate any dry or flaky spots if there are any. And then finally, I'm just going to go in with a normal bronzer. This is the Wet n Wild Fergie. I'm going to take my contouring brush again and just very lightly pat into this, knock the excess off, and then just lightly go over the bottom part so that highlight's not looking so bright. Okay, finally, I am going to take this angle brush from Posh, and oh my god, I love this brush. If you guys are looking for a really cheap, affordable drugstore brush, Posh and Eco Tools along with e.l.f. is where it's at. This brush is as soft as my Sigma brushes, and it does an amazing job. I absolutely love Posh brushes. I know you can find them at Kmart. I'm not sure where else they are sold at, but Kmart definitely carries these, and I have a couple, I have an eye brush set from them, and I have a couple face brushes, and they are just amazing. So this is the brush that kind of I use to either knock off excess powder or just blend everything together. So I'm just going to start at the top, center of my forehead with the highlight, and just wipe back and forth, and then down for the bridge of my nose, under my eyes, and then just start blending everything together. And I just very lightly go either back and forth or in the circular motions, and we're just knocking any kind of excess off or blending it together with this. All right, so there is that. And of course, you can make this look heavier, you can make this look lighter. I just kind of did a nice, you know, semi-natural in the middle look, but of course, if you want to glam this look up, you can go heavier on the powder. If you want to make it more like a no makeup look, you can go lighter or not contour. There are so many different ways you can do this, but this is just the basic steps you need to do to get this all powder only look. So I'm just going to choose an eyeshadow. And like I said, the eye part doesn't really matter. The face was the big part of this. Here we'll do a nice shiny purple. This is from Revlon. And I'm just going to put my small dome brush from e.l.f. in there, knock off the excess, and just lightly tap that on my eyes just to give my face some color. That's the other thing I love about using all powder products is that if you have any fallout, you can just take your brush and just wipe it right off. You don't have to worry about messing up your liquid or anything like that because it just brushes right off. All right, next we're just take an eyeliner. Mascara, by the way, I forgot how good this mascara was. This is the Almay One Coat Dial Up. It looks like this. It's been out for quite a while and I'm not seeing it as much anymore, so I'm thinking they discontinued it. But if you can get a hold of this mascara, you don't need any other mascara. It has 3 settings, from like a nice daytime look all the way to full glam. The wand is amazing. I just love, I found it in the bottom of one of my makeup drawers. I forgot I had it. It was my everyday go-to mascara for years and years and years. And unfortunately, this is the only one I have left, but I absolutely love it. If you can find this, it is worth every penny, and it'll do 3 looks in one. It's amazing. I love it. If you can find it, buy it. I don't really do falsies. I like my lashes. I'm not a big falsie person unless I'm like going to like a really big event or something, but that's the only time I really wear falsies. Any other time, 99% of the time if you see me, I have my natural. I just mascara and my natural lashes, no falsies. And we will finish the look off with our lips. I already moisturized my lips. I'm going to be using Milani lipstick in number 27, Dolce Caramello, I guess. And I'm just going to put this on as a base. And then I'm going to be using the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream. And this one is in Stockholm. And just put it right over. And there you have it, guys. That is, oh, I see a piece of glitter. That's it. It's that easy. It is really that easy. And if I weren't like talking you guys through it, I can do this entire look in 10 minutes. But yeah, this is it. This is your whole look. Put the hair down. And you're done. You're done. You have a full face of powder. And it looks just like any other normal liquid or cream makeup look. It looks beautiful. Just finish it with some setting spray. I'm using the MAC Fix Plus. And I wore this look that day I put the picture on Instagram. I wore this look for a good 8 or 9 hours and the powder stayed on all day. I didn't have any like major creasing or cakiness. It just stayed. It looked beautiful. I got a million compliments. And especially in the summertime, you don't have all that weight on your face then because it's just light powder. You don't have to worry about streak marks or sweat marks or anything like you do with the liquids and the creams. Your face feels lighter. I wore this indoors. I wore this outdoors in the sun and the heat and the humidity, and it just stayed and it looked beautiful. It looked beautiful all day and it felt very light on my face and I love it. So I think I'm going to be rocking the powder full face for a while. And that's it. That is all I had to show you guys. Any questions, comments, anything like that, of course, leave them down below. If you like seeing what I bring you every week, just hit that subscribe button. Hope you guys are having a great day. I love yous, and I'll see you later. Bye.